It's ACCA results day, and this happens 4 times a year. And it's a very binary day because either you failed your exam or you've passed your exam. And I want to talk about both situations. So first of all, let me talk about if you've passed your exam. Well done. And unless you've now fully qualified, you've got to be thinking about which next exam you're going to do and when. Now, when may be already predetermined because you may have already started studying for the next exam already. You may have already made that decision. But if you haven't, you've got to make a decision about whether you sprint, whether you go for the exam sitting in 7 weeks' time. And there's risks with that. I mean, there's speed with that, and each of you will have your own learning style. Each of you will have your own set of responsibilities with work and with family that may or may not help you in that sprint process. Or you may reflect on the fact that ACCA exams are 4 times a year. And if they're 4 times a year, you don't have to do a sitting, you don't have to do an exam every sitting. So, if you're getting your results from the June exam, you don't have to do September. The next exam sitting you could prepare for could be December. You could also think about the benefits of doing the ethics and professional skills module. Certainly, as you move up to the strategic professional stage, it's of benefit, particularly when you come to think about strategic business leader. And then you've got to think about which exam you are going to do next. And the ACCA is full of flexibility and choice. But there are some golden rules, in my opinion. First of all, when you come to strategic professional, the most popular exam that students do first, the most logical exam that students do first, is strategic business reporting. It's a core exam and it sets you up nicely for strategic professional level exams, and it builds on the accounting knowledge that you gain from FR or from your relevant degree that gave you the exemption. Another golden rule is that if you're going to do AAA, do it immediately after SBR, because AAA builds on SBR, looks to audit the examination standards, the examinable standards in SBR. So it's very, very logical to do AAA after SBR, immediately after SBR, if you're going to do AAA. And of course, you'll be doing AAA if you want to do if you want to go down the practice route. In terms of the other optional papers at Strategic Professional, I think it's a very personal decision about which exam you choose to do. So do your own research. Think about what you like about each topic. I don't know. I mean, often students do talk to me and I refer them back to the ACCA website. I refer them back to their own experiences of doing exams, and I refer them to having a chat with some of my FME colleagues as well. But if results day, I should say, if results day is not a good day, if you failed, then you're going to be raw. And before you ultimately reflect and make decisions about the future, you've got to come to terms with the fact that you didn't pass that exam on that day. You are not the failure. It was the exam that you submitted didn't get the requisite marks. And it's a one scenario. It's an exam on that day that you didn't pass. There is nothing, I believe, to stop you going on and passing the exam at the next sitting. And I do genuinely believe that almost in every circumstance, the best thing to do is to do the exam at the next sitting if you're going to reset. But you've got to do something different. You've got to be honest. You cannot blame a lack of success at an exam on bad luck. You've got to own it. And maybe that requires a discussion with somebody, with me perhaps, with another student, with a parent, with a colleague, with someone else who's doing ACCA, who knows and genuinely understands what it takes to pass an exam, and understands also that failing an exam is not the end of the world. So you are going to have to do something different. If you go back to the old ways, you'll get the old result. And what can you do different? Maybe it's more questions. Maybe it's better time management in the exam. But how do you get better time management in the exam? How do you get more time? How do you get an answer that's out of 100 instead of 70? Question practice. Doing more questions at a time on the practice platform. And then how do you know really whether you're doing well, whether you're doing badly, how you can improve? You need your mock exams marked. You need them marked. You need to think about doing different questions than you've done before. You perhaps need the guidance of a tutor, of a different tutor perhaps. So look, if you're in the situation where you want to pass SBR, either first time or you've studied with a previous provider or studied on your own and you're wanting to get through this time, you can reach out to me. We can have a conversation. Yeah, I like to talk about SBR. Trust me, I like to talk about SBR, and I will also listen to your story. So, send me a WhatsApp. 07725 350 793. Put a +44 if you're outside the UK in front of that, and drop the 0. Yeah, have a look at my website, www.tomclendon.co.uk. Yeah, you can find me on YouTube as well. You've got to do something different. I'm happy to support you in wanting to pass these exams, but you've got to reach out to me if we want to get that marking thing going. Thank you for listening.